everything from sort of French property news, Living France, to France Magazine, and so on, as well as local papers that are interested in sort of English language content, as I say, like the Riviera Times. The interesting thing about the global possibilities, of course, is that you can have, I mean, there are no boundaries, and I was interested to see, we had, for example, two students who were studying in Osaka at the same time, one from Australia and one from Ireland, and the Australian student was selling articles back to Australia, and the Irish student was selling them back to Ireland. Logically, either student could have sold them to the opposite market if they'd known the market well enough, because there was nothing, they were both writing about things that they'd come across in Japan. So sometimes it's the lateral thinking about outlets as much as anything that might make the difference. So it could be, for example, that if you're conducting an interview that's in another context, it might be worth thinking about trade papers and so on, and whether you've got a profile piece that might be suitable for, the publican or the grocer or some mix of news in a very sort of ostensibly specialist field. Now I think I am getting wind-up symptoms and everyone's gone quite quiet. Now we're heading towards the 15:15 mark, so I think it's probably a sensible time to call it a day. I'm just having a look around the room at the lovely names to see who I recognise and who I don't. So, as I say, sorry, slightly just stepping in at the last moment. Hopefully we'll get a chance to sort of catch up with you again. Obviously, those that are on existing courses, it's issues that you can pick up with your tutor as you go along, because obviously the best way, as Gillian and a couple of the others at Kellyanne have been trying, is a bit of trial and error. Work with the tutor to see if you're you have the confidence to actually that something's worth sending off, get a bit of advice on that, and then of course you wait and hear back. Hopefully the sort of good news. And I was just from the sort of the files. A couple of random things, just of words of thanks from, sort of students who've got something in print. Again, not so much the thanks, but where have they got them in print? Yes, a new publication, the Daily Times. I'm working on the foreign desk. Running Fitness has commissioned a travel article from me for the July issue. So a newsletter in New Zealand is publishing a piece of mine. I'm doing a internship, so somebody else at the Riviera Times. I work for a computer magazine called Computer Scope and another business magazine called Business Plus. Work experience on the local English paper, the football magazine When Saturday Comes, Poland Monthly, Searcher magazine, which is a magazine for sort of metal detectors. Somebody else selling to Running Fitness, so if you've got a sport, it might be worth doing that. The Backpackers magazines, Budapest Sun, the Jerusalem Post, the TEFL paper, trade paper, which is English Language Gazette, I think it's called, on teaching English abroad. The Life magazines like Sussex and Essex and so on. So hopefully just throwing in, I know that you can't really follow in other people's footsteps, but it just shows just how many sort of different sort of possible options there are out there. So I hope that there's some small inspiration rather than any kind of feeling too depressed, because obviously we spend a lot of our time coping with with rejection. So the very best of luck to you with your writing, and I hope we'll get a chance to come across you again in a future lecture, because I need to sort of lock up and close down and move away. I'm going to have to actually disappear, but no problem, Lynham. Thank you. Nice to meet you all again, and hope to see you all soon. So I'll sign off just now, line them and indicate if that's okay, and shut up shop at this end. Nice to see you all. Cheers now.